Hello and welcome to week 1 of PUBH 610. Today we will review management theory, as management is an essential skill for program managers and leaders, and management in one form or another is practiced by most people in their jobs almost every day. My hope is that through this lecture you will gain a better understanding of management theory and practice and be able to improve relations among people in your organization. The learning objectives for this week are to understand different important management theories, to appreciate basic organizational structures and concepts, and lastly to familiarize yourself and be able to construct different planning aids. Management is defined as one of the basic tools used to achieve the mission of an organization. Each organization should have a mission statement, and it should state explicitly why an organization exists. A mission statement delineates the scope of an organization's interests, and it provides a focus for its activities. From a mission statement, activities and plans are then created, and plans should be periodically reviewed and audited in a cycle such as the one shown here, which begins with planning, then conducting a program, auditing a program, and then planning again. The most familiar form of organizational structure is a bureaucracy, where regular duties are known and there is a hierarchy of jobs, authority, and responsibility. There are written documents guiding employee conduct, and jobs are given to individuals who can handle them. Theory X was developed by Douglas McGregor in 1967, and there are 3 major tenets of this theory. First, he believed that humans inherently dislike work and will avoid it if at all possible. And because humans dislike work, they must be controlled, coerced, directed, and threatened to get them to work hard. And ultimately, the average human being prefers being directed, and they want to avoid responsibility, they have little ambition, and they just want job security more than anything else. Does this theory resonate with you? To some, this theory seemed harsh, and in the past 4 decades, other management theories have emerged. Theory Y is a more humanistic approach as it integrates individual and organizational goals. Theory Y suggests that the expenditure of physical and mental effort in work should be as natural as when you're at play or at rest, and that external controls and threats of punishment are not the only way to achieve organizational objectives and get people in your organization to work hard. And that individuals will exhibit self-control if they're working towards something they're committed to. Theory Y reflects a trust between employers and employees, and it ultimately believes that people are ambitious and responsible. Under Theory Y, people have a high degree of imagination, ingenuity, and creativity, and they're given freedom to express those things in solving organizational problems. In our modern industrial life, intellectual potential of an average individual is only partially used. That is what they believe in Theory Y. Under Theory Z, this theory originated in Japan, and it builds on Theory Y. In this theory, management makes longer-term commitments to employees, and it expects loyalty in return. Employers will provide daycare, health clubs, and other off-the-job activities, and under this theory, there's almost a feeling of family within the work environment. Previously, employees in Japan rarely changed employers. However, in the US, we change jobs very frequently. And more recently in Japan, there's been an economic decline, and therefore the prevalence of Theory Z has declined as people are leaving their employers more frequently. In 1965, John Stacy Adams developed a theory of motivation based on the notion of equity. And under this theory, there must be a balance between what people put into their jobs and what they get out of their jobs. Because people ultimately compare their own situation to that of their colleagues, and they want to be treated in a fair and equal fashion. Under this theory, people create this effort-reward ratio, and if they look around and they feel like they're being treated fairly, he believed that they would then work harder and excel in their work. But if they feel that they're being treated unfairly, they would reduce their effort and/or ultimately quit. Bureaucracy, as I mentioned, is the most common model of managerial structure. But most organizations have some type of hierarchical structure where there are several individuals reporting to one supervisor. This is beneficial because it provides clear lines of authority and reporting, but it can be slow in responding to changes. Within this hierarchical structure, the optimal span of control is from 3 to 7 individuals. So one manager should only be overseeing 3 to 7 individuals. However, for some companies, the span of control is 20, and that's far too many. Any of you who have worked in an organization know a manager's ability to delegate tasks is critical. However, delegating tasks can be harder than it seems. And some organizations never grow because senior managers cannot delegate. Tasks should be structured to best utilize the skills and talents of individuals, and positions should be structured for tasks, not employees. Furthermore, managers should understand the goals of their organization and departments and how to link those goals to individual goals of their employees. It is very important to know how to motivate and promote staff in ways which enable them to grow professionally, as employee advancement is an indicator of managerial success. The process of preparing an individual for promotion involves supervisor evaluations and individuals demonstrating their own skills. Decision-making is a key part of effective management, and even though final decisions are often made by one person, input should be gathered from many sectors, and these include economics, resources and opportunity costs, mechanisms of implementation, consider political fallout and future consequences at various levels. Alternative decisions should also be subjected to the same level of scrutiny before they're accepted or rejected. And many decisions in an organization will ultimately include compromise. Organizations have boards, and they are charged with providing managerial oversight. A board ensures that adequate resources are available and used appropriately, and they approve strategic and succession plans and periodically will audit organization activities. However, a board assuming additional duties can risk micromanagement, and that should be avoided. Managing and supervising progress are important activities, and planning aids and devices are useful in tracking progress. Timely completion of assignments is essential to successful management. Effective organizations have a 3 to 5 year strategic plan that is reviewed and updated each year. Financial status is reported quarterly and summarized annually, and programs are measured quarterly in most cases, to give time to modify activities for success. The simplest way to visually depict progress in an organization is with a timeline, as they are easy to construct and unambiguous. But a timeline only depicts order, and it doesn't show interrelationships and simultaneously occurring steps. Many of you are familiar with Gantt charts. Henry Gantt developed a visual system for planning and task allocation, and overall goals are depicted as a series of interrelated steps, and it ensures a manager has a clear understanding of timing and the interrelationship between different parts of a project. Here is an example of a Gantt chart and a link to a Gantt chart template in Excel for your future use. In summary, management is the art of using all available resources to accomplish a given set of tasks in a timely and economical manner. Every manager has their own style within their unique organizational culture. The management theories we discussed today are guidelines which can help to inform how to allocate resources and motivate staff. Furthermore, there are many planning tools available to managers in addition to Gantt charts and timelines, but these are two good places to begin. That's all for this week. Please check Blackboard for additional materials and resources.